Okay, well we're back, and we're going to turn the outside. We've got our tailstock set here with a cone center in it, just a little pressure. We don't want a lot of pressure, but we need enough to keep it supported. I'm going to be using, again, you've seen me use this tool just about the whole time here. I'm going to be using this cutter here, this carbide cutter. And the trick to using this carbide cutter is try to cut it right in the center. So we're going to be roughing it out here with this carbide cutter, and then we'll switch tools and we'll put some finishing touches on it. So we're going to turn it on. We're going to set our speed to begin with, probably around 650. Well, we're closer to 700. That's okay. We may adjust it up as we start to finish, but I like to take my time and just take light cuts. I get in too big a hurry. Normally when I get in too big a hurry, something bad happens. Okay, I think we've got it roughed out pretty good. Got a basic shape here. We've still got a lot of work to do, but I'm gonna change cutters. As I've mentioned earlier, I have a lot more control when I use this round cutter, so I'm gonna go ahead and start using it now, and we're gonna put some final shape into this to the outside of the vase, and we're gonna smooth it up so we can go to the next step, which will be sanding, but we're a good ways away from that at this point. So. Okay, well we've completed the turning, and it probably took me about 20 minutes, maybe a little over, maybe 25 minutes to turn the outside of this face. Turned out really well, I think. I'm pleased with it. Our next step is going to be to do some sanding, and we can start out probably with about a 120 because we have a pretty smooth finish already on this face. So we'll go through the grits, 120 up through 400, and at that point we'll probably finish it off with some steel wool, and then we'll be able to apply our finish. I'm not going to bore you with several minutes worth of sanding because once you've seen it, you've seen it. I've got my vacuum hooked up here to my lathe bed, and I can move it wherever I need to move it to try to catch as much dust as possible, because we're going to create some. So we're going to do some sanding, and then we'll be ready to finish. We've now got our vase sanded up through the grits. We sanded it up through 400. I went ahead and did the inside and the outside up through 400. The next step that I'm going to take is I'm going to take some of our shavings from where we turned the outside, and we're simply going to just kind of burnish the vase with it. It adds a little gloss to it, I think. It's an old trick. Turners have used for a long time. Something that I failed to mention earlier is I'm sanding, and each time I change grits, I use some compressed air and I blow the vase off before I go to the next grit, and we'll try to eliminate any grit that we may have remaining in there that might cause some scratches or anything like that to the vase. So we're just about ready to apply the finish. Should do it. Yeah, that's pretty good. It added some gloss to it there. I hope you can see it. It turned out pretty well, I think. Our next step is we'll be applying some finish.